Well, welcome to Fans Banter. And it seems Mo Salah is upset, and rightly so, after Liverpool's disastrous showing against Villa last evening. Mo Salah has come out, and let me give you a little bit of background to this if you're living in a cave somewhere and you don't know. We all know about Mo Salah's outburst after the Leeds game where he criticised certain things at Liverpool and claimed that Liverpool were throwing him under the bus. We all know then he got suspended for a couple of games. The AFCON came around just in time, and it was all sorted. It was all done and dusted, and they were all lovers again. Everybody was happy at Liverpool. I think I said at the time I didn't believe it, and I don't believe it for 1 second, and nor do I now. Actually, it's even worse now, to be quite honest with you. We had Arne Slot come out about 10 days ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, saying that professionalism is not just in the gym, it's all about what happens on the pitch as well, like that. A little bit of a dig at Salah, because we all know from Salah's time at Liverpool, he's first in the gym, he's last out of the gym. He's first in training, last out of training, pure professional. And when you have the likes of James Milner talking about Salah, I think it was on the Gary Lineker podcast or something like that, how he thought that Mo Salah was the ultimate professional. James Milner himself, an absolutely fantastic professional. When he speaks about another guy saying he's a professional all the way through, I think we got to listen. And anyway, Mo Salah has made a post on his social media. Mo Salah has seemingly suggested Arne Slot approach does not fit in with the heavy metal football Liverpool should play. Mo Salah was very disappointed after yesterday's result against Aston Villa. Mo Salah says he has failed to do everything in his power to ensure that Liverpool qualify for the Champions League, as he lamented the loss of the identity of the club. Salah on his way out of Liverpool and is set to make his farewell appearance when the Reds take on Brentford at Anfield this weekend. The Egyptian played a small part in the Liverpool loss to Aston Villa on Friday, beaten 4-2. A result that means we now have to beat Brentford in order to make sure that we finish in the top 5. Okay. Earlier in the campaign, we talked about that. Salah seemingly hit out at Arne Slot on the Liverpool's hierarchy, and in the social media post after the Villa loss, which was what we're going to talk about today, he seemed to go, well, he's gone for Slot, hasn't he? He's taken a dig at Slot. I feel that with Salah parting now, he seems to be, maybe he has a little bit of weight off his shoulder. Maybe he wants to clear the air before he goes. But he's definitely had a shot at Slot today. He says, I have witnessed this club go from doubters to believers and from believers to champions, Salah wrote. It took a lot of hard work, and I always did everything I could to help the club get there. Nothing makes me prouder than that. Us crumbling. And he interestingly used the word crumbling because Arne Slot used that in his press conference. Crumbling to yet another defeat this season was very painful and not what our fans deserve. He goes on to say, I want to see Liverpool go back to being the heavy metal attacking team that opponents fear and back to being a team that wins trophies. He's talking about Klopp, isn't he? He's talking about the way Liverpool played under Klopp versus to the way that which we're now playing under Slot. He goes on to say, that is the football I know how to play, which may account for some of his fall off this season, not playing to Salah's strengths. And that is the identity that needs to be recovered and kept for good. It cannot be negotiable, and everyone that joins this club should adapt to it. Everyone, players and manager. It seems to be the case that he's hinting that, well, we all know that Slot has changed things. And he goes on to say, winning some games here and there is not what Liverpool should be about. All teams win games. Yep, winning a couple of games here and there is not enough. He goes on to say, Liverpool will always be the club that means a great deal to me and my family. I want to see it succeed for a long after I have moved on. As I have always said, qualifying for next season's Champions League is the bare minimum. bare minimum, Mr. Slot. Champions League qualification is the bare minimum for a club like Liverpool. And he goes on and says, I will do everything that I can to make that happen. Now, if that's not a dig at Slot, I don't know what is. Mo Salah on the way out the door. We all know, everybody knows that he's unhappy with Slot, unhappy with some of the things that have been going on. And he talks about the approach, the mentality approach. When you think of Mo Salah, you think of pure professional. And I have had my thoughts this season that something like this would happen, that something would come out of the woodwork, so to speak, that would cast a shadow of doubt, if we needed any shadow of doubt, on how Slot handles players and what the routine is and how he trains players, because Liverpool just don't seem to be the same team that they were under Klopp, that's for sure. Now, when you look at how Salah behaves himself, have a look how this guy behaves himself. And bear in mind, this is on the back of a 4-2 defeat, which Liverpool needed to get at least a point. So Salah releases a post on social media how unhappy he is to see the direction that Liverpool are going. And this man decides to have a cheeseburger on a private plane, apparently. Yeah. A day after we get absolutely stomped all over by Aston Villa, this man decides to have a cheeseburger. I think there lies the difference between Mo Salah and Dominic Szoboszlai. One, the ultimate professional, and one who just doesn't understand Liverpool yet, doesn't understand the fans. I haven't forgotten Man City. You know, the shrugging off the shoulders. I haven't forgot that. I did a video on that. Dominic Szoboszlai, Read the Room. I think Dominic Szoboszlai, Read the Room Part 2 is coming shortly. Seriously, he does a paid advertisement for McDonald's the day after we got beat 4-2 against Aston Villa. But surely Slot can't stay. Surely when you have a player like Mo Salah having a little parting shot before he leaves to indicate that all things behind the scene are not correct and that it's just not the Liverpool way. It's not the way that team that as Klopp has built up, the mentality that he built up over those years. And I did say before, we gone from mentality joints to mental midgets. And yeah, that's under Slot's watch, to be quite honest. That's what he has turned the Liverpool team into. And I also said that systematically, Slot was destroying the Klopp team, taking it down brick by brick by brick. Not only has he undermined Salah, he's also undermined Andy Robertson as well. Two great professionals at Liverpool. So Slot has been intentionally undermining the players from the Klopp era and also systematically destroying the atmosphere and the work ethic that Klopp had built up over the years at Liverpool to his new Dutch way of doing things, which, you know, it's not working out on the field, Arne Slot. So surely the Liverpool hierarchy must say that Slot has to go. He just has to go. He can't stay any longer. He just can't. And I don't know what the obsession is with keeping him. I don't know what they see that every other Liverpool fan or journalists or anybody who watches football can see. Look, when you have Man United fans and every other type of fan saying, yeah, keep Slot, give him a lifetime contract, I think that tells you everything. Anyway, that's Fans Banter.